Mhm.
Because I really have moved on from this period in my life. They would get mad at me because I would bring too many black women on the show, and they would say I was racist because I brought on too many black women, and they would say crazy things and it would make them look bad. And I was like, so when you give black people opportunities, you're called racist. If you don't, you're called racist. I'm like, we literally cannot win. Hey, Doug.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
I love this topic. So,
Are you
someone,
sure? Are you sure? I'm scared. Sorry.
no, no, no. S- Someone in the chat said, Doug and PA, when did you turn against toxic black culture? I said, I was never part of it. I was never part of it. I've had black fatigue for over 40 years. When you're a person like me who comes from, my family wasn't as well to do as Pearl's, but my family was pretty well to do. We grew up in a nice neighborhood, a prominently white neighborhood, and I've gotten it worse from my own race. You talk white, you act white, you get good grades, you're just white, 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 white. And guys, I keep telling you, the only person that has more black fatigue than white people are hardworking, educated, law-abiding black
That's
people.
the
We're
thing.
tired of it.
That's the thing. You know it's bad when black people are having black fatigue.
100%. 100%. And we're starting to see a shift where white people are speaking up, but then you see black people speaking up too. This whole no snitching kind of thing where we have to protect the culture. No, that's over with. It's over. You,
Well,
you have more black people who becoming who will proudly admit to be conservatives on the right, voting for Trump. I think we're finally starting to see a cultural shift. Finally, in my life.
yeah, and it's like, you know what it is? It's the black people that don't do that stuff. It sucks they have to be grouped in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like you almost have to go to extra lengths to prove you're not like that. And it's
yeah.
unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But you
Hmm.
can't you're not even allowed to notice.
Yep,
Like
I agree. It's like women make up these words. Modern day sorcery are the words that women make up to like redefine reality. Like black women have this term microaggression. It's the dumbest thing ever. So like they'll consider like if anything that's based upon a stereotype or something that is perpetuated by black people, any way that white people would respond is could be black women will consider a microaggression.
oh that
But it's like
so
it's reality. You know what I'm saying?
do you,
Like example, Pearl. Well, I'm not gonna put this on you, but the average person, it doesn't matter what your race is. If you're walking down the street and you see four black dudes standing on the corner, you're gonna cross the road.
do you know what I forgot about? How mean black women were to me when I was in an interracial relationship.
Oh
I
man,
forgot about
yeah, boy.
I forgot because that was so long ago. But like there were times where they said things to me in person, and it was just like, what? Do you know what I mean? And same when we would post videos and stuff, that would be like the top comments would be like black women mad, and it's just
Yeah,
like,
or try being a black guy dating white women. Oh man, black women hate either one. It's awful. Like, and then it's funny because they'll praise Serena Williams marrying that dorky Reddit guy, but I had a black woman say that a black man marrying a white woman is betraying the race, but a white man marrying a black woman is a celebration of the black woman.
yeah. And the other thing is, black women think they can. Sometimes they're just not all, but at times when I was doing interviews, I mean, they're just so mean. Like, I mean, if I was ever all out screamed at, it was always a black woman. Like when
Yep.
Brittany Renner like crashed out on me, and they're saying how I'm like wrong because I'm privileged and white as they're like screaming at me. I'm like, do you not see the
Yeah.
irony
And
here?
I, I'm glad because guys, I've been telling Pearl for years. stop trying to be made to feel bad about the fact that your dad worked hard to put you in a position where you didn't have to, where you had a head start in life.
I don't. I would hate me too.
Why do you feel bad about
I don't.
people? Yeah, I'm so tired of people holding that, especially in the black community. Like, hood culture is supposed to be the culture. If you didn't struggle, if you weren't from the hood, if you weren't dodging bullets and run away from the
Oh,
police, well then you're not black. It's
do you
garbage.
know what the other thing they would do? I kind of moved on from this, but the news was giving me flashbacks.
Hmm.
Because I really have moved on from this period in my life. They would get mad at me because I would bring too many black women on the show, and they would say I was racist because I brought on too many black women, and they would say crazy things, and it would make them look bad. And I was like, so when you give black people opportunities, you're called racist. If you don't, you're called racist. I'm like, we literally cannot win. We
Let me
cannot.
tell you
I'm
guys,
like, what would be the perfect demographics for you? Like, and the thing is, they would always ask me why. I'm like, they wanted to come on the show.
exactly.
Black people love podcasts. Like, they love doing interviews, and I think they're better at it. If I'm being honest, they're way funnier. Like, yeah, go ahead.
And honestly, so guys, I've moderated every single one of Pearl's panel shows. You can go to Pearl's website, theaudacitynetwork.com, and become a member and watch all of her old shows. So go over there. We'd love to have you over there. It's it's $10 a month, so go over there. And she would have recruiters just recruit whoever wanted to come on the show. And who is the most likely to come onto a podcast with people that they don't know and show their ass and act like complete morons? Who? Black women. That's who. So you wonder why there are so many black women on Pearl's show is because they can't wait to get in front of a camera and act a damn fool. That's what it was.
Yeah, I don't know when I did not. I swear, I. It's not like I didn't notice race, but I never really paid attention or obviously. And it wasn't, that was such a canon event for people. Don't understand how upset I was. Like, I'm sorry, Sarah MTR, you are on my shit list forever, forever, forever. Because it was just like, it was just so crazy because we were hanging out with both of them the week. I remember when Sarah had his interview, his video scheduled about me, and it was the craziest video ever. It accused me of like taking footage to hold over black people's head. That was the accusation, that I had a colonial mindset, and we were taking footage at my birthday party to hold over black people's head. And you know what's crazy? He took footage from that party and posted it on the internet.
Yeah, I remember.
And I was like, this is so crazy. And I remember seeing the video scheduled and it said the truth about Pearl. And I remember thinking, oh, he would never, it's going to be something positive. He's going to stand up for me. I remember thinking this. I said this on the phone with my dad. And my dad's like, are you sure? And I'm like, no, he would never do me like that. I was devastated. I was devastated.
Yeah, I
I
remember
and
because I remember you couldn't even watch the video first because remember you called me and said, "Hey, can you watch this and tell me how bad it is?" Because you didn't even want to watch the video at first. I remember.
and and what they don't understand is that traumatizes a person. Like, I mean, now, look, I judge people on a case by case basis. Obviously, like we're friends, you're black. Like it's not like that, but you you just don't know who's going to do it. And I feel the same way about women, actually.
Yeah, this Pearl always says,
I,
you know,
I
it must be hard being a successful, educated black man sometimes because of what some black people do. And I say, well, I feel the same about you being a woman. How can you stand being a woman sometimes?
I know, and that's why when people like make generalizations about women, when I interviewed 1,000, I mean, I just saw what they were talking about. Um,
And,
yeah, go ahead.
guys, let me tell you. So, Pearl's not having the show. Pearl's not in any kind of denial that other races have issues. We were talking about um, when you saw that shooting at that church, what race
White
do you think
guy,
that guy
white
was?
guy, white guy.
Conservatives, yes.
Yeah, white
Um,
guy,
the, the guy that tried to take out Trump, the guy that took
white
out
guy.
Charlie
Yeah.
Kirk, they're all so each race has its issues, but we're talking about black fatigue right now, and the past that a group of black people always get is it's about the racism and the white supremacy and all this crap. And one of the biggest problems with the black community, in my opinion, is that we're still so concerned with how we got here that we don't want to figure out what we're going to do about it. So when I was young, I'd come up to my dad and I'd say, "Hey, Dad, this happened, this happened, this happened," and my dad would say, "Okay, okay, okay, okay. Now what are you going to do about it?" Because the work doesn't start until you ask yourself that question. And there's too many blacks in America that want to talk about the slavery and the Jim Crow and how racist white people were in the past. And even if you accept all that, what are you gonna do about it? How are you gonna get on the field to score a touchdown? How are you gonna be successful?
Well,
There's this weird block with too many black people where they don't want to figure out what they're gonna do to move forward and get ahead and win. Go ahead.
well, the other thing, so with we were always beat over the head and just said that we were these slave owners. And when I found out that most white people didn't even own slaves, because my whole childhood, they would, all the media, all the targeting eh, was that white people were these slave owners that just ruined black people's lives, pretty much. Now, I'm not saying there's not some truth to that, but when I found out like it was 1% of the white people that are in America today that are descendants of slaves, I was just like, why would they paint that picture like that? Go ahead.
Well, it's just like this whole thing. Oh yeah, black people built America. New York City, Chicago, um, Boston was not built by slaves. I'm sorry. It wasn't. I'm saying I'm so tired of this whole the, because
Well, no,
black women have created. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no,
Go
no,
ahead.
no, no. I'm so sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say black women have created this thing. Well, women take credit for everything that doesn't really belong to them. Well, they try to take credit away from men, but like black women have created this narrative that like black people just made everything. Just how women try to say that they try to take credit away from men, black women try to say, "Oh yeah, there's always a black person responsible for all sorts of different stuff." No, there
Oh.
wasn't. Sorry.
No, well, the other thing too, I didn't know the first slave owner was a black guy. He like came from Africa, and that was the like, it wasn't as racial historically as they taught us in schools. And it's not like I'm trying to downplay it. Obviously, that should never have happened, but you can't even talk about the historical context without, like, you can't even talk about the historical context of slavery and like the specifics about what happened without people getting mad at you. And I just think it's bullshit. Like, why can't I investigate what happened? They just get mad.
I'll do you one better, guys. Everyone in the chat, everyone on the Audacity site, it is okay to be proud of who you are and where you came from. It is proud for you to advocate for your group. If you are a white guy and say, "I want white guys, I want to try, I want to help as many white men to succeed as possible," well, good for you. If you're a white woman, you want to help white women get ahead. You don't owe any other group outside of the demographic that you belong to anything at all. It's just like with black people. If you want to just help black people and get black people ahead, more power to you. But it is okay for everyone to be proud of who they are, where they came from, and advocate for their group and their group only. I don't expect anything from white people, and it's funny because um that whole Oscars is so white thing. The last, first off, who watches the Oscars anyway? But second off, there's this campaign where like um black people wanted to see 50% of the Oscars being won by black people. Like the expectation is that because there's black people and there's white people, that everything has to be 50% black when we're only 13% of the population. So anyway, they have this Oscar so white thing, right? So they studied all of the Oscar wins and found out that throughout the history of the Oscars, 13% of the Oscars have been won by black actors and actresses, which is the same percentage of the population.